One mini world, one creation dream.
Hello guys, welcome to the new class. Truly sorry, I know that a lot of you were waiting for this class on the weekend. Unfortunately, we have some technical issues, so we weren't able to do the class on time. Actually, just to let you know what happened is in my city, we got an outage for 2 days, so we weren't able to use any kind of device. But right now I'm submitting the class again, just for me to be sure that you're gonna learn the next steps, okay? So hi guys, as this is not a live event, I won't be able to let you know and to say hi or whatever because once more, we are recording the class right now, okay? Alright, so let's continue with the class. On the screen right now, you're gonna see the presentation, alright? So, once more, let me explain again what we're doing. If you're new, if you don't know what we are talking about, let me explain what is this event about. The minicamp is an event that takes place every 1 or 2 months, in which the different teachers from different parts of the country or from different countries are going to teach you how to create some specific games, okay? This month, we're gonna learn how to create a city simulator. I'm your English teacher, YeyoCore, and yeah, that's it about, okay? So next one, let me once more explain for those that didn't know me. My name is YeyoCore. I'm your English teacher once more, and in the screen you're seeing right now my UID. What is important to know is that I have a lot of experience. I have been mini capitan, I have won some prizes inside Middleware. But most important for me, I enjoy creating games just like you. So I will love to teach you how to create those awesome games, okay? Now next, right now you are seeing the different prizes that you can go and here on the minicamp, okay? So this is important about minicamp. You're gonna be with 3 weeks with me, now only 2 weeks left, and I'm gonna teach you in different classes how to create this city simulator map. After that, you will be able to participate to create your own map and submit it into our platform, okay? So we're gonna have different prizes for the winners. On the screen you're seeing the prizes right now, but let me explain a little bit more. The finalist award is for all of you that participate and create a city simulator map. Very important guys, this is for all of you, but if you create a city simulator map, because I see a lot of people that submit empty maps or maps that doesn't have any sense or is not related with the minicamp, those maps are not gonna earn any of those prizes, okay? Just for people who participate, because it's gonna be unfair if I give this to a person who creates and takes the time to create a map or a person who actually didn't. So remember guys, just by creating a map related to the topic, you will be able to win this temporal skin, okay? I'm not sure if it's temporal, but most of the times it's gonna be permanent, okay? Now, then we have the best advanced hour. This is with real money guys, not with mini coins. Of course you can exchange later that for mini coins inside the game. By just buying mini coins with this money, you're gonna be able to win $15, and this is up to 30 people, okay? How it works is for the people who is not developer, or if you are developer number 1, you will be able to win that, okay? So remember, if you are developer or if you are not developer, but if you are developer, just with level 1. Like, just repeating guys. Alright, so next one is gonna be the best creativity hour. This is one of my favorites. And how it works is that if you create a really different map, and most of the maps that the people is submitting, of course related with City Simulator, you do a lot of innovation, but this innovation gives extra to the gameplay, not just placing things just because. That is gonna give you up to $30. So remember, with this one you can win up to $30. That's a lot of money guys. And this one is gonna be up to 15 people, so there is a lot of chances that you can win this one. Then moving forward, we have the best learning hour. This is gonna be for all the people that follow up the process, that submit the process or the progress into Discord channel, or to implement all the things I'm gonna teach you how to do. Alright, so if you want to win this one, if you want a and you get all the process with me, you will be able to win $35. This is up to 10 people. And finally, we have the best prize. Once more, this is cruise for the best of you, the ones who create the best map. And it's gonna be for $48. It's up to 5 people, so you know for sure there is a different one. This one, and trust me. And I trust in you guys. I have seen your map. You have really, really awesome maps. So I hope you won this one. Moving next, what we have is the schedule that we left. Okay. So remember, this is the class number 2. Once more, this was scheduled for be streamed on Sunday, but unfortunately we weren't able to. We weren't able on Monday too. So right now I'm just streaming the class by recorded. Okay. So in the class number 1, we learned a couple of things. I always like to start like learning. So we learned like some rules and some basic things. Today we're gonna learn how to create a random generated island. Remember, this is not mandatory. You can create a normal island, but probably you enjoy or you will understand how to create a random generated island in the easy mode for many words, okay? And then we wanna work with the citizens. We're gonna learn how to create mobs that can reproduce, that can have kids, that can eat, that can be stressed. How to create cars that automatically are gonna drive around the road, and also another couple of extra functions. Okay, that is for this week. Remember, next week we're gonna start creating our UI. We're gonna start creating some rules for the game and also some items. And then in the next class, we're gonna learn a lot of new things. For example, we're gonna start monetizing. So remember, in this minicamp, the focus is also to learn how to monetize your games, how to win money, real cash, real bucks with your map. Okay. Now, most of the times in live streaming, and just to let you know, we're gonna give some codes for this class as we weren't able to. I'm gonna place the codes in the description. Okay. But most of the times, in the time you're seeing on the screen, remember this is on Vietnam time. Check your local time. You're gonna be able to win if you assist to the live streamings, different prizes that we're gonna give live. Also, you're gonna win some prizes if you answer the teacher questions. So every topic that I made, of course, in the live streaming, today we are not gonna do that. You're gonna learn different skins and different mounts and different things, okay? Alright guys, so also in the description and in the screen right now you are seeing the link to our Discord group. Remember, this is not the Discord group for Maywork Block Art. It's just for the event. We always have a lot of students there. You can ask questions. Of course, I'm gonna resolve the questions, but also you have your other students who they are gonna help you a lot. They're gonna provide information. Probably you can find partners to play and also partners to create an awesome game like you used to do, guys. I'm very sure you're gonna do a really, really, really good game. All right. Next. I'm not gonna take more of your time. We're gonna start learning how to create a random generated island, okay? Alright, so we're gonna start with the theory and let me explain how it works, okay? So it's gonna be easy for you to understand. Alright, so when it comes to create a random generated island, imagine this is Middleware. What we're gonna do is to create everything by layers, okay? By layers means that imagine that you have a piece of papers, you have some pages, and you're gonna place first a paper in your table, okay? We're gonna call this paper the base, alright? And in our case, it's gonna be made by soil, okay? So our first layer is gonna be created with soil. Once we get that, we're gonna tell the game that this is the base, which we're gonna call number 1. Remember, the health in the word starts in 0 and start increasing every time you go up. So this is line 0, line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, all the way up to the top, okay? So in our layer 0, what we're gonna do is to create a long platform that is made by soil, okay? Imagine these items are gonna be soil. Next one, in our game, we're gonna add some minerals. So with the triggers, we're gonna tell the game to create around this area any kind of different minerals. You can set up which minerals you want to use, of course, Just by example, I'm just gonna use some block of colors. So it's gonna be something like this, right? Then when we go this in the layer number 2, we're gonna tell the game, hey, you generate this, now go to layer number 2 and generate some minerals, okay? In the game, you will be able to pick up some minerals if you can dig, you know. Now, of course, we don't want the players to see that underground there are some minerals, they have to find them. So for that, what we're gonna tell the game next is to fill all this area on the layer number 2 with soil. So it's gonna look something like this. If you see first we place like individual blocks, now we are covering on filling all the space with now a different thing that is gonna be soil again. And then we're gonna place another layer on the top, okay? So we have already 1, 2, 3 layers. So remember, we start in the layer 0, layer 1, and layer 2. Alright, and remember, we have 3 here, but we always start on layer 0, okay? Remember, many words start from 0, and all the way up you're gonna get 1 plus 1. So 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2, and 3, alright? Okay, now, we already told the game what is gonna be the base. Now over it, we're gonna build the surface, okay? And here it's very important to do it on the same order, otherwise you're gonna have some problems, okay? So what we're gonna do and tell the game is first to build our road. So remember, in the game, there is a road where the cars are gonna move. And also the road is very important because around the road, you will be able to build your city. Everything needs to be connected to the road to be able to be placed, okay? So how it works, we have a specific order. Why we're gonna do first the road, okay? And imagine this is a road. Because the function or the trigger and the scripts we're gonna use are gonna fill the empty space, okay? So that means if there is already on the same layer, it's not gonna replace it. It's just gonna continue up, okay? So always we build what we want first. We want the road to be connected, not to be interrupted by rivers or grounds. So that's why we build it as first, okay? So we're gonna tell the game again, move 1 layer though, and then we're gonna build the road, okay? Don't worry, I'm gonna teach you how to do the road. For now, we are just looking for the theory. In some means, we're gonna go to the practice, okay? Then, in importance, we need to build the rivers, okay? So imagine this is a river. Once more, as I told you before, the river is not gonna cover it. It's in the same hill, but it's not cover the road. It's gonna just pass through, okay? So in the screen, you are seeing how it works. You are seeing that actually the road is actually covering the river, so you see the order, okay? So what we place though is the river, and also we're gonna learn how to do that. Don't worry, for now, once more is just theory, okay? And in the same layer, then we're gonna fill the space that we cannot fill, I mean those empty spaces around the road and the river, so yeah, river is the right pronunciation. Sometimes I forgot how to do the right pronunciation, guys. Don't worry, that happens to all of us from time to time, alright? Now, we're gonna fill the spaces with grass, or in the image is grass, okay? But I'm gonna teach you how to make it rain, okay? For now, for the illustration, for just teach you how to do it, we're gonna use grass, okay? So as you see, first we cover the road, then we cover the river, but remember, just filling the empty spaces is not gonna fill anything that is already covered, and then we're gonna cover that with all the empty spaces with grass, okay? So right now we have the base of the word. Now what we left? Take a minute to think what we can do next. Pause the video and think how you can create the monetize, okay? Well, I suppose you already paused the video and think about it. But how we gonna create mountains? We are not gonna use the same method, which actually you can do, but we're gonna use a different one, okay? So the space we want to fill, we're gonna use something that is being called a mountain generator. It's gonna be just a free hell that is gonna get from the sky and it's gonna fall in any part of the map. What we're gonna do is something similar to this. So what happens is that, as you see, some of the breakouts are gonna fail or are gonna just fall down in the plain terrain, but others are gonna be able to just fall over an already existing area that is already covered. So they are gonna start to accumulate over and over, and they are gonna create mountains. Okay, very important. At the beginning, we're gonna use a specific block, that is the tree block, to avoid using more blocks. Okay, but with triggers, we then are gonna change this, and we're gonna transform it into dirt again, and then we're gonna repeat the process, but this time the things that are gonna be over it are gonna be real trees. Okay, so as you see in the screen with different layers, we are generating a random island that looks with mountains, that looks with terrain, with rivers, with trees, with everything. Okay, all right, so that was the theory. Now let me go to the practice. So in the screen you're seeing right our map, and I'm gonna show you a real example about how it works. Of course, in the final result, you're gonna see something different because everything is gonna be invisible. We don't want the players to know what is going on, but in the screen you're gonna see right now. Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna be in this space. As you see, I cannot go here, and I'm gonna go to play mode. It's gonna take a while. As you see, it creates very quick everything. And now if we place it everything, you can see that the mountains are falling up from the sky. Like now, you see it's filling with trees. It's gonna take a while. And then it's gonna show the final result, okay? As you see, it's very quick and it's really hard to see because it's really quick, okay? But what you're gonna see is that every time I restart the map, I'm gonna have a different island build. Okay, also you're gonna see that you're gonna have different terrains, and this is a lot of potential and a lot easy to do. What you see in fluorescent color is gonna be the road. What you're gonna see in heights is gonna be the riders underwater, right? Here, as you see, it got replaced, and now it's working. All right. So how it works? First, we're gonna have to do some specific process. What we're gonna have to do is first create the blocks, okay? We're gonna first create the blocks, we're gonna first create also a couple of things, and we're gonna copy the script, okay? So let's start over, okay? So most of the times you're gonna have like different terrains, okay? But we're gonna copy and do some fake blocks for this, okay? Remember, you already have a grass, you already have a soil, the water, and everything, but we're gonna create some fake blocks, okay? Also, just in case you don't want to go over all the process, some of all the different things that we're gonna learn today, not the scripts, not the triggers, just the objects, are already created, okay? So in case you want to not waste your time and you just want to skip that part because you already know how to do it, or you want to focus on another part, you can go to here on your map. You're gonna go to resource center, you're gonna go to resource, and right now on there you're gonna have a way to look here for plugin packs. You're gonna place my UID. I don't know if it's being displayed right now. Let me put it right here. So you see next to my avatar, around this area, you're gonna see just under the mouse, under the arrow, my UID. You're gonna place that, it will be right here, which is 2769323. And you're gonna hit search. It's gonna look for my UID. And on there, you're gonna have different plugin packs. Submit. Of course, the one I just submit is gonna take a while to be on there, but you will be able to find one that is being called Minicam to the simulator basis, okay? Right now you're not gonna see it once more because I just submitted and it's gonna take a while, but it's gonna look something like 1 second. It's gonna look, or it's gonna have something like this, okay? So that's gonna be the name. On there you can find like the different blocks I'm gonna use, different creatures, and also the status and some items, alright? So you can avoid wasting some time, okay? But for those of you that want to learn, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in our map and we're gonna create some specific blocks, okay? So To create a block is really easy. What you have to do is just click here on that, right? Take a while. Then you're gonna scroll down all the way down. As you see, I have a lot of blocks here. What you're gonna do is hit on create. On create, you're gonna hit or use a base. You can use as an example rock or something that is already created. And you're gonna hit confirm, okay? So on the top, you have the name of your block. You're gonna place, and we're gonna start with the basic one, okay? That is gonna be solid block, okay? Remember, this is a fake one, so it's a completely new block, but it's gonna look exactly like the soil one. So you're gonna place something that let you know is the fake one. So as an example, preview, okay? Alright, for the different attributes, I'm gonna show you later, but the important thing is that you're gonna follow the process. Of course, I already created, so I'm not gonna create it again. You're gonna see it here. I put it the name of soil. I'm gonna change it to soil, okay? But you can place the name you want it, okay? Once more, what you're gonna do is you're gonna select the model of already existing soil. We're gonna make it look exactly like the one, like the original one, okay? Now in attribute, and you're gonna have all these different items, okay? So lag resistance, you're gonna move it to -1. Remember in Middleware, you can make something that is indestructible, that cannot be destroyed just by moving this, okay? You can place like this, it's still gonna be destroyed, but if you put it in -1, nothing can destroy this. Only with triggers, okay? That means that if you have a trigger that can break blocks, or as an example, I don't know, some specific skill that is gonna break the blocks, it's not gonna do it, okay? Remember, blast resistance is for explosions. Hardness, you're gonna do the same, you're gonna put it on -1 and no one will be able to break it. Lightning acceleration, you're gonna keep it in 1. This is like the inertia that you're gonna have once you walk on it. One trick is you put something like this, it's gonna be like pushing you like flash around the map, okay? Now, burning speed, you're gonna keep it on 0. Outspurring, 0. Remember, this is how fast it burns. This is the chances to be burned. And light intensity, you're gonna keep it in 0. You're gonna select not drop items, so probably you're gonna have something like this. Okay, so you're gonna just hit on the -1 here, and it needs to be no drop items. And very important, you're gonna place that this is gonna be full liquid, alright? This needs to be completely off, nothing else, alright? And we're gonna hit save and return. Alright, so that's how you create the map, the blocks for the map. What you're gonna do is you're gonna repeat the process, okay? Now that you learned how to do it, I need you to create a grass one, sand one that looks exactly like sand, that looks exactly like grass, and a third one, or fourth one, sorry, that is gonna be called river block, okay? Once more, it's gonna be called river block. It's supposed to be the water block, but of course you cannot select water here. Alright, so what I recommend to do is to select ice or whatever is similar to water. Whether it is important, also you can select color blue, is that you know that the block represents water when you're gonna generate the map, okay? I don't know, I can select this one, I can select the other, it's okay. And the process is the same for all of them. You're gonna select all the different setups like the same for the one I teach you. The only thing that is gonna change is the name. Always place preview in parentheses, so you know it's not the original one, it's just a copy. As you see, everything is the same, okay? So once we have created the deer block, sand block, and the grass and the water, we're going to start creating 2 new different blocks, okay? So the name of the block one is going to be called sidewalk, okay? The sidewalk, if you know English from the United States, is going to be what is going to be next to the road. But I think if you learn British English, it's gonna be pavement. It refers to the same, okay? So for create this one, what you're gonna do is create a new block. You're not gonna edit one, you're just gonna do the same as we made before. So you're gonna just hit create, all the process is the same, but you don't need to place preview this one. Just keep it like it is. On here, you're gonna do the same setup. The important thing is that you move everything, but on here is gonna change. The only thing is gonna change is this is gonna be a solid block where everything is gonna be the same. It cannot be destroyed, cannot be burned, no light at all, no drops, just solid. Okay, and you're gonna save and return. So right now we have created sidewalk, dirt, sand, grass, and the river block. Okay, river block, once more, be water, but in our mind we're gonna make it in another texture just to know that we're gonna replace that with water later. Okay, then we're gonna create something important, that is the road block. Okay, this is one of the most important, but once more, this is not the normal road. This is gonna be just the preview. Okay, okay, once more, we are creating fake blocks that we're gonna replace later for the real blocks. So the road block is gonna be the same as we already have here. What we're gonna do is you're gonna select a texture that is gonna be very similar to a road. You can use every texture, you have a lot of there here. Alright, for example, you can use the cement if you already have this unlocked. Okay, if you don't have this specific block unlocked, because I know that a lot of you need to pay like I don't know how many minions to be able to unlock it, just load the plugin path meet later. On there you can already have this texture. Okay, and it's gonna do the same, just put the same process, collision liquid. This is very important for the river and for all of the blocks. Okay, and then save. So right now we have already created dirt preview, sand preview, grass preview, river preview, road preview, sidewalk, and we're gonna create the last one. Okay, so once more we are gonna do all the process, but on this one you're gonna place the name as a tree. You're gonna select a leaf texture. I didn't recommend to use custom miniatures for this because it's gonna consume a lot of memory from the game, so don't do it. And then this one is gonna have some different features. Alright, so first one, blast resistance is gonna be -1, but hardness is gonna be 4. Okay, it's gonna take a while to break it for the mobs. Sliding acceleration is gonna be 1. Burning speed is gonna be slow. Okay, you're gonna place 1 or 2, whatever the number, but it's gonna be slow because this allows you to create some events. As an example, you can have a fire and the trees are gonna work like they're gonna burn up. So this is interesting. Okay, now auto burning you can select 10, light intensity 0. Of course, trees don't have any kind of light, but very important. Okay, on there we're gonna select what we can do or what it's gonna give us every time that we destroy this block. Okay, from now you can choose whatever. As an example, in crop you have a lot of different things that you can do. I don't know, if the player destroy this, it's gonna go wood or something. What I did is create an item that is called money, and every time I destroy a block like trees or minerals, you have that money. Okay, also very important, we're gonna select block projectiles with no pliers, and this is very important. Okay, why? Because we need to use this for generating the map. Okay, so once more you're gonna select block projectiles but not pliers. Okay, that means creatures can move inside the trees, but they cannot. The different projectiles like arrows, rockets, and everything else is not gonna be able to pass through. Okay, no more things. You're gonna just save and return, and then we're gonna have all the previous blocks that we need for this. Okay, all right. Also, recommended to you to create or edit some minerals you already have. I use 4 of them. I use Horas, Mithril, Oil, and Llama. Okay, so remember, for edit you only need to hit here. You're gonna go once more all the way down. You're gonna hit new, and instead of hit created, you're gonna hit edit, and that allows you to edit a lot of different blocks to select 1, 2, or 3 different minerals you want to use for this game. Okay, so later we're gonna learn how to use it. The way I did is you can create a minion machine. If the minerals are down below, the machine is gonna start getting money. Or also you can use some items to destroy them and get money. Okay, that's the way I do it. Okay, if you did it, very important, The only thing that you need to do here is go to the same items. You're gonna keep the same setup that we see before with the other items, and in drop you're gonna remove whatever is on it, and you're gonna put your item that is gonna give you money, just like the others. Okay, and this needs to be solid, of course, because it's a solid material. Okay, so right now what we have here is different materials. We have different items that we're gonna use later. Okay, so here is where the magic belongs. Okay, what you're gonna do is in the map that we created the last class, just below where you spawn. Remember that when you enter the map, you're gonna be moved to a specific location. At the ocean altitude, you're gonna get down from the ocean level 1, 2, and 3 blocks. And you're gonna start to pull the base for your map, okay? Let me put some tool here to see the exact amount I have here of the distance. Remember, you can use different amounts, but this is the one I recommend, okay? All right, so we have here from side to side 17 blocks. All right, so you're gonna place a layer that is gonna be 70 blocks or 17 blocks. Is just a square, okay? And over it, that is gonna be the floor of our map, okay? Right here. And around it, you're gonna pull another area, another blocks that are gonna cover that one, that are gonna be 1 block extra, okay? So this is 18 by 18, if I'm not wrong. Oh, this is 19, sorry. Yeah, so the down one is 17 for 17. The one who is gonna cover is 19 for 19. All right. So you can use the same blocks I'm using here. As an example, I'm using this specific one that is gonna be YeyoCore. Is the one that you can find here. Is the one that's called Flame Azul Zone, but depending of the different language you have, it's gonna change the name. Okay. Over it, you're gonna build this. But this is very important, guys, okay? The one you're gonna use here is the real dirt, not the one that we create, okay? The real soil. Okay, let me change this. It's gonna be easier for me to show you, okay? So this one is not gonna be the one that create, is the normal one, okay? We're gonna use the normal soil here. And then over it, at the same height of the ocean, at the same altitude, we're gonna build a border, but this time we're gonna use our fake water, okay? Remember we create this one that was fiber block preview? We're gonna use that one, okay? And then over the ocean level, we're gonna use again, once more, the water one, okay? Like this. So we have a total amount of 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up to the ocean level, and then 1 block over the ocean level, a total amount of 5 different blocks. And then you're gonna make it completely empty on the center, okay? It needs to be just a hole in the center, okay? Alright, so remember, in my game, I'm generating an island that is gonna be 17 blocks or 17, okay? That's the inside of the island. Is gonna be 17 for 17, okay? You have to take that number, depending of the island you are creating. We're gonna use different size, okay? Alright, now what we're gonna do right now, you're gonna pick up here, alright? And you're gonna put this tool that is being called Terrain Editor on your inventory, okay? Then you're gonna activate it, and next to your island, I recommend that you do it over. So you see I'm doing over here, but you're gonna do it over here, but just for example, I'm gonna do it just at the same height, okay? But remember, you're gonna do it over it. We're gonna do the next thing. You're gonna create with this, you're gonna press shift, or you're gonna place here, and you're gonna activate to this mode, okay? What this allows you is to create a specific area. So you're gonna click on it, and you can expand this area, okay? So on here, we're gonna select 17 by 17. It's the same height for your inside of your island, okay? So as an example here, we have 17 here, and then we have 17 plus 17, okay? And then you're gonna press 1, or if you are here on mobile, you can just click on here. It's gonna take a while, and it's gonna allow you to select what kind of block you're gonna select. This one. My best recommendation is go all the way down to custom, and we're gonna select the soil. But remember, it's the soil that we created, not the real soil, the fake soil we created. And you're gonna have this, okay? Alright? So what we gonna do here? On here, we're gonna now select copy and paste. That is this one. Once we copy, we can paste by placing this. And we're gonna have a different area right here. And once you click up, we're gonna have the same one. And we're gonna do it a second time, okay? Remember, in the final result, you can place more layers. But now I only have 3 different layers. It's gonna be the base layer, it's gonna be the next driver, and finally the robots, okay? So once you do that, we're gonna know and we're gonna mark, okay? So you're gonna know exactly what you're doing. You can do something like this, and something like this, alright? Once more, I created right here, so you're gonna see how it works. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna create it exactly over your island, but very high, so players are not gonna see it, okay? Just the same thing, but right here, okay? You're gonna create it here. For example, I'm creating it right here, okay? Now, what you're gonna do is just know what you're doing. You're gonna select this, that is gonna be the cartel, the letter like where you can write. On here, you're gonna place I don't know, bases. On here, you're gonna place roads, and on here, you're gonna place rivers, okay? Or rivers, yeah, for pronunciation for this. Alright, so now you have 3 different like platforms where now you can start creating your own, okay? So what we're gonna do here, over those with the fake blocks we created, we're gonna create different items, okay? The first one, we're gonna start with our base. So we're gonna place on our inventory the fake blocks we use, okay? That's an example. Remember, this is the fake one. Those are not gonna be the ones you can find here. As an example, the dirt you have here or whatever, you're not gonna use those, okay? What you're gonna do is go to developers and you're gonna use the ones that we created, the fake ones, okay? So you're gonna use this one, or this one, okay? Really sorry. And now that you put all of them in your inventory, all right, this is the road one, the sidewalk one. Give me a second, and right now, I won't be able to see the road one, but we're gonna check later what happens. All right. Now, once more, what happens here? Like interview. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna do the same. First, we're gonna start creating our base. All right. And we're gonna cover one block, only one. All right. With the fake block that we just created. So go to custom, and as an example, I'm gonna select and okay. Remember, this is not the real sand, just the fake one that we created, okay? I'm gonna be really fast here. And we got a basic base, okay? So that means that this is one of the random bases you can choose for your game, okay? Now, you're gonna create later more bases, but for now, we're gonna start with one. Remember, if it works with one, then it's gonna be easier to modify. But if you do more than one, probably you're gonna lose your time if it's not working, okay? Now, next, on the roads, we're gonna create the roads that you're gonna use in the map, okay? I'm confused because right now we have two different roads. Oh, I know what it is the problem. The problem is that, of course, in here, I already have my plugin pack here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disable here. We're gonna have to access again because otherwise I won't be able to do it right, okay? Now let's see, my road block is right here. We're gonna use a different texture, okay? We're gonna use this one to know that is the road block, just to be sure it's gonna work fine, okay? Let me switch here a little bit the screen. All right, this is easier because you're gonna see it better. All right, and we're gonna draw the road block here, this one. And we're gonna draw our road, okay? So what I always recommend to do is the road doesn't necessarily have to go to the border, but it's up to you. What I do is always keep 1 and 2 blocks from the border. And I'm gonna start create my road. Remember, you can do like not necessarily covering all the map, but you can do different designs so the player have to deal with different like, you know, they have to play with different roads. Some are going to be harder, some going to be easier. As an example, you can use a design like this, okay? Right? So this is going to be our first road, okay? So remember the layers. What we're going to do later is we're going to build first the road, then over it we're going to build any of the bases that we construct and the rivers, okay? Now for the rivers, the only condition is that the river needs to be connected from side to side. It's my recommended one, but of course you can do whatever you want. If you want to, I don't know, just create a lake, a river, or something, it's up to you, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna create a simple river. It's a river that is not gonna be on all the map, it's just gonna cover one of the sides. But as you see, I connect the border with the border, okay? All right, so we have our first base and our first road, okay? Then we're gonna do the next thing. I'm gonna add more roads, so you're gonna be able to see the different effects. So over this road, what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a second road, okay? Once more, it's gonna look strange, but just think as every one of the blocks or lines or layers is gonna be a different road, okay? All right, and this one is gonna have like 2 different blocks here, 2 different ways, and the one that is gonna move all the way to here and it's gonna move, okay? All right, so we have 2 different roads. On here we're gonna build a different river, okay? So 1 and 2 blocks. We're gonna build on the second one, okay? So we're gonna do a river that is covered from side to side, but just on here. It's not gonna mess up. With this scenario, it's gonna turn here and it's gonna be like this, okay? All right. Now we have the different bases for our scenario. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start creating the triggers with this, okay? What is important is that what you're gonna do right now is right here. You're gonna create a new area, okay? I already have the area, so I'm just gonna relocate it. But remember, you're gonna create an area from 0, okay? So just remember, by hitting here, you access this menu. I already have here all the information, and we're gonna start creating our first area, okay? So the first one, you're gonna rename it as a random base. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go down here and you're gonna cover the corners, not the base, just where you start creating your base, your actual bases, and you're gonna cover all the way from one side to the other side. All right, like this. All right, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different layers, you're gonna cover all the layers, okay? But be sure that you don't have any empty layer, or otherwise it's gonna give you some errors, okay? Now, we already have this one. You're gonna rename it as random base. Now we're gonna continue with random road, okay? I already have here my random road, but I'm gonna relocate it. Once more, on here, you're gonna select all the way, and remember, if you have an empty space like this, you're gonna cover all the area. Always has to be 17 by 17, just the same size as your main area or your scenario is gonna be. So we're gonna place here, and we're gonna go all the way to the other corner, but as this already has 2 different layers, you're just gonna do it with 2 layers, okay? Perfect. All right, and now what is left is we're gonna move, or we're gonna create another one. The name is gonna be random river, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna select our rivers, okay? Same way, we place from one of the corners to all the other way. Remember, once more, it doesn't matter if we have empty spaces, we're gonna use all the way 17 blocks by 17 blocks, okay? All right, so nice. It's gonna look something like this for now, and we can start creating our map, okay? Also very important, we need to tell the game also where our base is gonna be made, okay? So look here, I also have a base here, you can see it right here. So we're gonna do the same, okay? We're gonna go and we're gonna select a new layer, and you're gonna rename it as island, okay? Or base, or board, or yeah, let's put it board, okay? Which is where the players are gonna play. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna select your island. You're gonna select one block above the base. Remember, in my case, I select a 1, 2, 3, 4 layers under the water. So I'm gonna start there. I'm gonna click on here. I'm gonna move all the way to the other corner. And once more, only one deep layer, not like this. You're just gonna select the same hail and then click on it, okay? So we have the different 4 layers. Remember, this is not mandatory. You can create more layers. So as an example, you also can generate a file that has like mountains and skies or whatever. But the example is with 3 different layers: roads, bases, and rivers, okay? All right. And now what we're gonna do, now that we have all of this, is that we're gonna copy and paste a specific script from middleware, okay? This script is already created by me. It's really easy and you don't have to do a lot of things to resolve this, okay? Give me a second. And of course, go ahead and check in the description. You're gonna see the script, okay? Remember, the script is gonna be on the description. Okay, it's gonna be this one. Once more, important things, be sure your browser is not translating this website, because if it does, probably some of these things are gonna change and it's not gonna work, of course, because this is just a programming language. So if you use something like this, I translate it to Spanish, it's not working. So be sure your browser is not translated. Mine is Brave, but you probably have Chrome or Mozilla or Opera. So be sure it's not translated everything. If you are from computer, once you open here, you will be able to click on here, copy the script. If you are in cell phone, probably you're gonna look something like this, and you have to click on here somewhere it says like show everything, okay? Be sure you have everything show. The last line is the line 108. Another way to copy is just selecting everything from the top. Starting, you need to be sure you copy these 2 different I don't remember, that is dash. I don't remember the name of this on English, but yeah, from the top to the last end, and then hit copy. Then you're gonna move to anywhere, and you're gonna click on here, which is the icon for developer tools. You're gonna move to script, and you're gonna select like a new script set. You're gonna rename it as the name you wanted. As an example, class, but you can choose your name. And on there, you're gonna click on new script. It's gonna show you this. If you are in computer, this is not working fine with this specific version of Anywhere. The way you can resolve it is just clicking on minus, and then open up again, and you will be able to use it. Or yeah, just switch your screen to another screen, like selecting another thing, as an example like this, that you can like open a different thing. And Anywhere, like, I don't know, the presentation or something that you already have open like this, and then come back to Anywhere, and you will be able to use this, okay? Then you're gonna click on paste. Probably it's gonna give you those errors, so better is gonna use Ctrl V and Ctrl C to copy and paste. If you are in cell phone, just place the script there and save, okay? Alright, if it's giving you the same error, once more, you just need to switch your screen to another one and click on save. And then you're gonna click on here and rename and select copy area, okay? Perfect. Now, if you read the script, if you go and scroll down, if you scroll down to all the way that says do not modify everything like this, it's telling you that you don't need to modify everything, okay? But whatever, what you have to do is to create some variables here, okay? Some variables for triggers, okay? So that's the cool part about this script specifically. You don't have to set up anything. Just by creating two different variables, it's gonna work, okay? So you're gonna go to variable library, and what you're gonna do is to create these variables. So the first one, you're gonna hit on create new variable, and the name of the variable needs to be exactly like this, okay? So it's gonna be DVA in uppercase, area copy, okay? Remember, this is important, so be sure it has the same uppercases here, okay? And no default value, remember it's a normal area one. Then you're gonna create another one. It's almost the same, DVA area, paste. And remember, once more, uppercase and lower cases are very important here, okay? So this is gonna be very important, also this and this, alright? Then you're gonna create a new one. You're gonna hit create, you're gonna select once more block here. Where is block type, alright? I already got it created here. And the name of this one is DVA block type, okay? Once more, very careful with the orthograph. You need to use it the same way, okay? And that's it, okay? You already have the base, okay? So what it's gonna do this is allow us to copy an area, but important is gonna be different to the option you have in triggers, because it's not gonna copy the block if it's an already existing block there, and also you can select to copy only one block from a specific area to another. As an example, if you have some area that has different blocks, you can choose to paste only the lava blocks or whatever, okay? Now, we're gonna start creating some triggers. So before beginning with the terrain generator, we're gonna create some specific ones here, okay? So the one we're gonna create at first is the one that is gonna be called init terrain generator, okay? So you're gonna create a new trigger right here. You click on it, and you're gonna put the name of init terrain generator. For now, don't put anything in it. Now you're gonna hit again on create new one, and you're gonna rename it as a date renew, okay? Once more, don't do anything yet. And we have another one that is autoflight that we already learned how to create the last class. Remember, this is for making your flyers fly, okay? So now that we created that, we're gonna move to day renew, and we're gonna do the next thing, okay? So we're gonna add a new option. This is gonna be on tools. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a designated timer change, okay? What is gonna do this event, okay? We're gonna select here and we're gonna create a new one and you're gonna select it day, okay? So every time this day goes to 0, the player is gonna receive the money and the food and the stress, the pullings and the population is generating, okay? So you're gonna select that. Now we're gonna tell the game how many times this specific timer has to have to get that. So remember, this is gonna be a repeated wire. So when you have a timer that is repeated, you need to choose one because it's not gonna detect the 0. If you have a timer that only works once, you can use 0, but for now we're gonna use 1. So we're gonna click here, we're gonna go to tools, and in tools we have something that says determine timer time. You're gonna select that one, and on timer time we're gonna select day, the one that we just created. We're gonna select equals to on the options, and then we're gonna select 1, okay? And for now you're gonna keep it like this. I don't wanna confuse you more. Later we're gonna go back to this one, right? So now we're gonna go to terrain generator, okay? And we're gonna add an event, okay? So the event is gonna be when in timer time, like game running time here, and we're gonna select when the running time is 2 seconds. We're gonna keep it like it is, and we're gonna wait for now, okay? We're gonna wait because we're gonna use that later. Now you're gonna create a new trigger set. Just hit on here, and you're gonna rename it. You're gonna rename it as a trigger generator, okay? Once more, the name is gonna be trigger generator, okay? Sorry, terrain generator, okay? Which is gonna do all the process that we're gonna do here. We're gonna use what we learned already, and we're gonna cover everything by layers, okay? Alright, so once you create the terrain generator, you're gonna go up and we're gonna create here our first one, okay? So we're gonna create a new trigger here, and the name you're gonna place is generate city, sorry. So what does it mean? This is the one who's gonna generate the city, okay? Now, what we're gonna do here, on generate the city, we're just gonna keep it like it is for now, okay? Then we're gonna create a new one. Okay, the new name of this trigger is gonna be called fill minerals, okay? So remember the presentation when I told you that first we're gonna create the minerals. That's exactly what we're gonna do there. With that one, we're gonna create random minerals around the scenario, okay? So you're gonna place fill minerals. What you're gonna do is you're gonna add a new action. In the action is gonna be block, create block, okay? Once you add it, the setup that we're gonna make is in the first one. We're gonna click on here. We're gonna select function library, and we have a little of options here. Okay, there is one that says block type, and on there we have random block in a type group. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna select that one, and on there it's gonna ask us to select what kind of group. Alright, so remember a group is a group of variables, so you can have like a list, okay? Like a list when you go to the map to buy something, that you say, hey, I need, I don't know, bread, I need eggs, I need milk. It's the same, so we're gonna have a list for the different minerals that we're gonna use. So on here it's gonna ask us to create a new one. You're gonna hit create a new variable and you're gonna select minerals, okay? That's the name that this one is gonna have. And once we do that, we're gonna select on, and we're gonna select function, and we're gonna select random location in area. So remember this, random location in area, of course, is gonna select a random point, a random, a random location, like the name exactly, in a specific area. So remember, we create an area for the base, we're gonna use that area. So you're gonna select that one, and on there, we're gonna select the area that is down here that we put the name as a board, okay? Alright, it doesn't matter this, just keep it like it is. And now we're gonna go to variable library and we're gonna scroll down to minerals. And what we're gonna do here is, if we hit here, it's gonna allow us to select here, to click to select, and we will be able to place here some different blocks. So what I recommended to you is to select the blocks you edit, the ones I told you can use as minerals. For example, I use oil. Alright, I already got it right here, but you're gonna see that the list is gonna increase, okay? So what it's gonna do the game is select any of those and it's gonna place it on that location. It's like generating random minerals, okay? Of course, I'm gonna delete those ones because I already have my minerals here, and that is alright. Now we're gonna create a new one that is right here. The name is new trigger set. Sorry, new trigger. And the name of this one is gonna be fill volume, okay? That's very important. The other one was fill minerals. This is gonna be called fill volume, okay? Alright, and how it works, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna tell the game that create a specific projectile here that is gonna cover some area, okay? So how it works, we're gonna close here for a second and you're gonna go to plugins. If you download the plugin pack, it's already here, is this item here, but if you didn't, we have to create it, okay? So how do you create this? What it's gonna do is gonna have an item that is gonna just fall down immediately, and it's gonna create an area made by trees, okay? So how you're gonna make it? You're gonna click on here, you're gonna scroll all the way down, you're gonna select created or hidden created, then hit again on this plus symbol, and you're gonna select this one, ammo projectile, that looks like a dynamite, and you're gonna select confirm, okay? Once you have it, you're gonna put the name of space fill 2x2, alright? In attribute, you select the 64th here, you're gonna turn off turbo wall, facial attack 0, attack type single shot, gravity you're gonna set up to 10, initial speed 0, velocity inertia 0, it's gonna hit creatures and blocks, trigger delay 0 seconds, recyclable needs to be off, break block needs to be off, and turn off also the physics, okay? Now, add it into your game. Once you add it, you have to restart the map. Remember, I'm not gonna do that because I already did it, but remember you need to add it into the map and then restart it, okay? Remember, once you do that process, you're gonna edit again the block and you're gonna move to skills, okay? So you're gonna add a new skill, you're gonna select this one that is operating blocks, and you're gonna hit on edit, and on there you have like all this information, okay? So in the effect type, you're gonna select place, in the block, you're gonna select the 3 block you created, remember not the normal one, the one is fake. Now target is not gonna allow you to select, and on here you're gonna select area, okay? So you're gonna select length 2, width 2, and the height is gonna be 1, okay? Perfect, we got it, okay? And you're gonna save and return, and probably you need to restart your map to be able to use it, okay? So just exit from your map and re-access your map to be able to do it, okay? Now, what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna add a new action, okay? It's gonna be an item and it's create a projectile, okay? This one. Once you select that, you're gonna select the item that we just created, the projectile, okay? So on template library, you're gonna select the one that you just created. Once more, also you can download the plugin pack, and that's gonna work fine, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna select the area, okay? So we're gonna select random point in an area, okay? So you're gonna select random location in area, and we're gonna select generate area, okay? Of course, once more, this is not a create area. what we're gonna do is just create a new variable, and you're gonna change the name of the variable to generate area. Okay, remember, it's not a real area in this scenario, it's just a variable. Okay, now it's gonna launch towards, and on here you're gonna select random location area, like here, random location area, and on there you're gonna select again on variables, generate area. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now guys, important thing, we're gonna select the next thing, and right here what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on here, and we're gonna put the weight, because it's very important to weight, because the blocks can accumulate over and over, because of course we want to produce functions. Okay, so go here, select tools or timer, and then select waiting time. Okay, the waiting time is gonna be 0.3 seconds. Alright, so nice. We almost in the hub of the process to create our random generated array. Okay, so as you see, this doesn't have an event because we're gonna run this later. Now we're gonna move to generate city, and we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna select assigned. Okay, so you're gonna look for the option that says assign, and there is an option that says area setup. What you're gonna select here is you're gonna select on here, on the first one, once you add it, you're gonna create a new variable that is original area, and you're gonna select original area as general area right here. Okay, generate area. Alright, so let me drink a little bit of water. Alright, and let's continue with the process. Okay, so right now we haven't do anything because we are just creating the basis for creating our random generated array. Okay, now we're gonna start creating the first layer. So create another trigger. You're gonna call it as minerals, and what you're gonna do is don't put any event on it. Just scroll down and you're gonna add an action. Okay, the action is gonna be the next one. You're gonna go to trigger, and there is an option that says load trigger. Okay, so what does load trigger do? What load trigger do is gonna repeat over and over the process of executing a trigger the amount of times that we want. So we're gonna have something like this. On the first one, we're gonna say how many times it's gonna repeat as minimum. In the second one, how many times max. Okay, so we're gonna select one on here. So minimum is gonna do the trigger or make the trigger work once. On the second one, we're gonna select function, math, and random number. So random number, we choose a random number between the values we're gonna give. So we're gonna generate a random number in between 20 to 80 times. Okay, that's a lot of times, of course, but what we want is that this specific one creates at least 20 mineral blocks at max 80 mineral blocks. Okay, and the final part, we need to select which trigger we want to repeat. So we're gonna go trigger, and in the range generator we're gonna select fill minerals. Okay, once we do that, we're gonna do the next thing. Okay, so what we do with that is that we literally do this. Okay, so as you see, the same process repeats 4 times. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna fill this with soil and fill another layer over it with soil, so players are not gonna see what is going on there and what are the materials out there. Okay, so now we're gonna add a new one. We're gonna select blocks, and there is an area that says fill up area with blocks, right? If I'm not wrong, is this one. Okay, is the one that says fill up area with blocks, correct? Alright, so we're gonna select that one, and in the first one we're gonna select soil. Okay, but remember, this is the real soil, not the fake one, just the real one. So you're gonna select soil. Okay, Now, this is important. We're gonna select function, expand area, and what we're gonna do is take the generated area, because that is the one that we're gonna create, where we're gonna create the our scenario, and choosing generate area, we're gonna expand to 1, okay? Just 0, 1, 0. Expand the area means, and let me show you the example here, is that if our area was the first layer, we're gonna expand 1 block above, okay? So remember the center is up, so now the area is gonna be 1 up and 1 down. So it's gonna have 3 different blocks of distance, okay? So why we doing that? Because we want to take this layer, the one that is covered by minerals, and that layer and the next layer going up are gonna be covered by, okay? That's exactly what we're doing here. Once more, and we're gonna close here. Nice. So let me show you what you're gonna do now. You're gonna go to generate CD, okay? And on there, you're gonna go to triggers and you're gonna select operate trigger, okay? And in operate trigger, you're gonna select the one that just created, okay? So we're gonna go and select minerals, okay? Remember, I put a number on it to know what is gonna be first and what is gonna be the next one. You can choose to do it or not, okay? But just to let you know. And check the conditions, it's gonna be true. So right now, it's not gonna work if we test it because we left something else, okay? Let me deactivate all of this. So you're gonna see how it works real time. So you're gonna move back to here, to map start, and here, we're gonna start adding some values, okay? Because we were creating all of the previous, like, requirements to be able to fill up this, okay? So first, we're gonna select timer, and we're gonna run down countdown, okay? We're gonna select day, that is the one that we just created. We're gonna put it 30 seconds. Important, we're gonna put repeat through, okay? So that's very important, guys. Now, we're gonna assign an area. So we're gonna go here, select assign, and we're gonna select area setup. And we're gonna select generate area, and we're gonna select a real area, okay? So we're gonna choose area and we're gonna select the core. Remember, the core is where the map is gonna be generated. So you're gonna select that one, okay? Now that you select core, we're gonna close up here and we're gonna select again triggers. In triggers, we're gonna select operate trigger, and on operate trigger, you're gonna select the one that we just created, that is generate city, okay? And the conditions need to be checked, so select true, right? Now we can test if it works, but let me do this. First, I'm just gonna deactivate this, so you're gonna see how it works. So how are you gonna test? You're gonna select play mode, and if everything is good, if everything is okay, you're gonna see that it's gonna create, right? As you see here, it's creating the different minerals and it's creating the layer. If, as an example, I click on here, you're gonna see, don't look like the things are going up. This is because it's raining. But on here, you see that I was already creating the minerals and the layers, okay? So right now it's doing exactly what we told them to do. First creating the minerals, then create a layer and another layer and covering up this, okay? As you see, right now I can see the background here and the minerals that we put on the inventory can be right here, as you see, okay? Perfect, we have our first part of the terrain generated. Now, we're gonna continue and we're gonna go with the next part, okay? So, what we're gonna do is create a new trigger, okay? The new trigger name is gonna be named as a road, okay? So once more, we are doing the same process, same order that we did before. So you're gonna select roads. You're not gonna put any event on it, any condition, and we're gonna start setting up some variables, okay? So first is gonna be setup, You're gonna select area setup, and what you're gonna do is select generate area as an original area. I think you already have that one, so we're gonna do the next one, okay? So just copy and paste in the same position, and in the second with area setup, you're gonna select generate area, and we're gonna select area offset. So how it works, area offset? We're gonna tell the game, okay, that if our area is this one, we're gonna tell the game to move up or down that area a little bit, okay? So it's just like moving the area up or down, okay? So that's how it works. Or you can choose if you can move the area that is already created to the right, to left, to up, to whatever position you want, okay? But it always is gonna take a number of blocks in the original area. So you can say 1 block at the right, 2 blocks at the left, in like that, okay? So we're gonna select generate area, is the area that we're gonna move. And here we have 3 different axes, X, C, and the altitude. So remember, the middle is always the altitude in triggers. So we're gonna tell the game to move the value of 2 in the altitude. That means that it's gonna move the same area that we already have at the beginning, that is the base area, 2 blocks above, okay? So count with me on the real scenario, okay? So if the original area we have is here, 1 block is this one, 2 blocks is this one. So we're gonna have the same health of the ocean, okay? It's gonna create the blocks around this area. And that's exactly what we're gonna do here. Alright, now next we need to set up a couple of variables more. So first one, we're gonna add a new one. We're gonna select a time, and we're gonna select a block type setup is right here, block type setup, okay? On here, we're gonna tell the game what kind of block we want to copy, alright? So remember, first one always is gonna be the road, because what we're gonna do is the next thing, that is the next process in our creation, so we're gonna select road, okay? So in our template library, we select a block that it was the road, but remember, not the real road, is just a fake one, okay? The fake one that we created before. So you're gonna select that one, or remember on here I put it as preview, the name, block road preview, and that's it. Now you're gonna select assigned again, you're gonna select area setup, and once you select area setup, you're gonna select DVDA area copy. Alright, it's a variable is right here. Okay, if you didn't have it, remember that needs to have the same name and the same name, like upper cases, and everything needs to be the same, otherwise it's not gonna work. As random road, okay? So we're gonna choose a real area, and remember those areas that we created before, like this one, and this one, and this one right here. Well, we're gonna choose the one that has all the different roads. So that's the one we choose here, okay? So this is the area that we are gonna copy any of the layers, okay? Remember, right now we have 2 layers. We're gonna create that one. On the second one, we're gonna just copy and paste right here. And the second one, we're gonna change the variable for DVA area page. Once more, same orthographics or same grammar needs to be very important. And then we're gonna choose in which area we're gonna copy any of the layers. So we're gonna select the board, okay? Alright, sorry, not the board. We're gonna select a variable that is gonna be generate area, which is the area where we're gonna generate this. And then it comes the most important part. So we are telling the game here, you're gonna copy this on this location, this is the area, this is the block, and all the information. Now we need to add a specific thing, and we need to execute the script that we created before. So you're gonna select script, execute script, okay? Alright, in execute the script, you're gonna click copy and paste, and you're gonna have this. If you don't see this, or you have to write it exactly like it is, because otherwise it's not gonna work. But remember, you can find that one right here, okay? If you go to the script, from here you have this text, And there is one that says this, right? Where it says APA. You're gonna copy that one, okay? And here you can see some examples about how to use. You can use this more advanced, but once more, you just can use the one I showed you before. Otherwise, if you don't want to open that, remember in the script you copy, you have the same information, so just open the script, and on here where it says API, copy the line that is just down below that, okay? You need to copy that, and you're gonna put it right here, okay? So what it's gonna tell us is how we gonna, or what we gonna do, okay? So this is exactly is gonna copy the area that we paste on the triggers variable to the area we set in with the blocks we set, okay? So very important is how many layers it's gonna copy. So really quick, every of this is a layer, so you can also make like layers from 3 blocks. Imagine the base I made is 3 blocks height, you can choose that. For now, don't complicate. For example, just select one. So you're gonna select one, and this is how many times it's gonna be repeated. Always choose over 5, okay? Just like I have it here, choose 5. Later, I'm gonna teach you how to do this more advanced. For now, choose 1 and 5, okay? And you also can change the name here. If you are in PC, you need to select another thing and come back, and you will be able to select this. Okay, remember it's a boot, but it's gonna fix in the future. But for now, if you want to change the name, you have to do that. And just hit on save and close down. Okay. Now everything we add here, you need to go to generate TV, and we need to add it manually. So just copy the last one and paste it. And once you copy and paste it, just change the information you're gonna put in the middle. You're gonna scroll and select rows. That's the one that we made, okay? And just select play. So now, if everything is going okay, you're gonna see something like this. As you see, it's copying the same row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Why is important this? As we're gonna use something to fill the space, if we don't put the row like this, there are gonna be trees and things over this, okay? So just keep it like it is. Don't worry, later we're gonna fix it. But as you see here, it copied one of the layers. It doesn't want this one. Layer it copy is the one that it was the first one, right? So if we have enough look, if I do it again, it's gonna copy a different layer. But let's see. Okay. So this time it copied the same layer, I guess. Yeah, it's the same one. But in some point we're gonna have enough look to copy the right one, okay? But for now it's okay. We can work with it, okay? Let me see if this time works with the other. Alright. So it's okay, but don't worry. That can happen, but later we're gonna see more options, okay? Remember, it's a random. Choose 3 times the same one, but it's okay, okay? We can work with that. Now, if you realize it's really easy, what we're gonna do right now is just copy and paste, okay? Copy rows and paste it, and you're gonna rename it as a drivers, okay? And you're gonna go, and the cool thing about this is that you only need to copy and paste. So right now we already generate the row. Now we're gonna generate the driver. And as we only need to copy and paste, it's gonna be really easy. The only thing that you need to do is change the information, okay? So we're gonna keep the same. Generate area is original area. General area is the same one, but the things we're gonna change is here. So we're gonna select on here, on template library, we're gonna select the block we want to copy. Once more, we want the water, the fake water we create. So we're gonna select that one because we're gonna copy the driver, right? Now we're gonna change the area copy to the one who has the drivers, which is this one. I name it as the driver. The paste area is gonna be the same, and in the execution is gonna be the same. Okay, you don't need to change this. Okay, just if you want, change the name. It doesn't matter. Okay, and what you're gonna do is go to generate the CD. Once more, you're gonna copy and paste this action, and you're gonna activate it, and you're gonna change You're gonna go to triggers, you're gonna go to current generator, and you're gonna select drivers, okay? Once more, you're gonna select drivers, and as this is activated, what is gonna happen is, and let me put something here so I'm gonna be able to stand while the this is not working because this is it's not a real block, it's just a liquid block. So let me put this one here, okay? So I will be able to stand here. Alright, and let's play it. Alright, so if everything goes fine, you're gonna see something like this, alright? As you see, the road is going first and the driver is going second, alright? And as you see, the driver is not covering the road, is just covering the empty spaces. So just like this, you see? Now it comes the third part. We're gonna fill all of that with the base, okay? So how we do that? Once more, before we only copy one block, now how we gonna copy all the different blocks we have here? Well, it's really simple. Okay, so what you're gonna do is go here, you're gonna copy and paste this, okay? You're gonna have the base here, and as an example, you have the same information, so you're gonna keep this exactly the same. Also, this one is exactly the same. On here is the difference. So whenever you select this specific function, this DVA block type to air, is gonna copy all the area, all the layer. It doesn't matter how many blocks it has, it's gonna copy everything. So you're gonna select air block, okay? Now we're gonna keep changing this. You're gonna choose the area, and now we're gonna select the different bases, okay? So remember, we already have like the river copy and the road copy. So now we're gonna copy the base, and you're gonna keep this as a generate area. This is gonna be exactly the same, but we used to have a 5 here, right? We're gonna delete it and we put a 1 on it, okay? Remember, just follow the same grammar here, and this is gonna work, okay? So once more, we only select once because we don't want to repeat 5 times the same process. We only want to make it 1 because we only use it 5 times for the driver and for the road. Alright? Now, if you already have it like this, you need to activate here also, okay? So once more, copy, paste, okay, copy and paste. Then you have to have it activate, but you're gonna change once more for the one that you just created. Press space B. Alright? And if you have it like this, okay, it is gonna do something like this. I'm gonna deactivate this, okay? And we're gonna play. Okay? So right now we are seeing here that there is an error. It's not working fine. And the problem here, give me a second, is that probably we didn't add it. Or if we didn't add it, alright. So I have to give you a correction here. If I'm not wrong, I do a mistake here and we apologize. And the mistake is that we need to relocate these areas, okay? My mistake, it was these areas that cover the base, okay? So it's okay, the only thing you need to do is to relocate the areas. So the random base, we're gonna select not the like where it starts, we're gonna select the base. The base is not gonna copy, but don't worry, okay? And we're gonna select like this, alright? So from the base to the top, all the way, okay? Also for this one, we're gonna go and for the road, we're gonna relocate. And we're gonna select the base to the last layer on the top. Okay? And on the third one, that is the drivers, we're gonna do the same, okay? Remember, every flyer you're gonna regenerate for the terrain generator needs to be from the base. That means one extra block from the back, from the down part of the generator. So, all right, and now it's supposed to work fine. We're gonna find out. Next, as you see, it's generating here the scenario, all right, but it's generated with the background. Okay, also realize that there is a problem here and it's not masking the background, and that was also a mistake. Okay, so also we're gonna move the base. We put it like outside the generated area. We have to put it on the right way again, and the way we're gonna do it is inside. Okay, so we just change the base all the way here to here. Okay, now let me see. It's supposed to generate everything on the right way. Perfect. Now it's working. Now it's working fine. All right, and we have this generated. Okay, so as you see, we have the next part of the terrain working. Now, what we're gonna do is the next thing. We're gonna go and complete the one that we have the bases. Okay. So for this, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna select and add a wait. You're gonna click on here. You're gonna scroll down and go to timer, and you're gonna put waiting time. Okay. Waiting time is gonna be 1 second. And then we're gonna add a new action. Is we're gonna replace the fake blocks we have for the real ones or the actual playable ones. So for this, you're gonna go to blocks. Then you're gonna select replace blocks area. Okay. And on there, you need to select first which block we're gonna replace with which one. Okay. So we're gonna select our fake block, that is our fake class. And we're gonna generate area, so we're gonna click on generate area, so like invariable generate area. Then we're gonna select our real block, that is our grass block, but it is gonna be the real one, that is this one, right? And then we're gonna keep it like this. We're gonna copy and paste, and we're gonna replace sand with real sand and fake dirt oil with real soil. Okay, and the result is that your map is gonna replace automatically everything. Okay, all right. Now, give me a second here. Now I can fly. All right. So, just to be sure, give me a second here. Okay, so now we already have like all this process resolved. Now we need to add a couple of things and our trees, right? For this is a little bit different, as we are not copy areas, we just make them fall down. We're gonna create a new layer from zero. Okay, once you create it, you're gonna rename it as a mountains. Okay, click on here and rename it as the mountains, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna do the next. Okay, once more, you're gonna select generate area as our original area. Remember, you can copy and paste from here. Okay, the second one is gonna change. This time we're gonna select the same thing, general area as general area, but we're gonna move it 5 blocks above. So remember, in the others was once, now it is gonna be 5 blocks low. Okay, so remember, in the others, like here, we got 1, right? Or 2, sorry, yeah. On this one, it's gonna be 5. All right, and now all the options below here is gonna be a little bit different. Okay, what we're gonna do right now is that we're gonna select here, we're gonna do trigger, and we're gonna loop operate a trigger. Okay, on the loop we're gonna put 0 here, we're gonna select a random number here, and once we select a random number, we're gonna select a random number between 0 and 25. Alright? And then we're gonna run fill volume, okay? What is that one? Remember we created a little bit before. So we're gonna select that one. Remember from 0 to 25, okay? If you want more mountains, just select an upper number, okay? For me, it's okay from 0 to 25, but if you want to have more mountains in your frame generator, just select that one, a bigger number, okay? Alright, once it's finished, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here and we gonna set up generate area, which is gonna be this one, time area setup, okay, once more, and we're gonna select generate area and we're gonna expand. So first behavior, we see what is what like to move the area with it or with well, the previous behavior we learned that was offset, okay? Now expand is make the area bigger, okay? So what we're going to do is we're gonna make the area 5 blocks bigger from top to down part. So we're gonna select here, generate area, and we're gonna expand the area, okay? So this is just here once more, and you change generate area from 0 at the end, and minus 5 in the center. Remember, this is important. We have a minus right here, okay? That is gonna be very important, otherwise probably it's not gonna work. And finally, we're gonna set up our replace area. Once more, this is a block, replace area. And what we're gonna do is select freeze. Okay, remember we have a custom tree here. So this is the block that we create for fake trees. In generate area, and we're gonna switch that to a real grass block, okay? And that's it, okay? So if everything is working fine right now, you're gonna see that some mountains are gonna be generated. Remember, we need to add it right here, okay? So just as we did before, just copy and paste here, and then on operate, you're gonna have to select that one again. So just go to ring generator, and now you're gonna select mountains, that is the one that we just created, and we're gonna see if it works more. We're gonna put it right here. You're gonna play, and it is generating the terrain. As you see, are like broken some of them, and as you see, the mountains go replace it by these specific blocks that are gonna be like the 3 blocks for mountains, okay? So right now, once more, we did this. We just make some of these fall, and we replace it, and then we put more trees, which is what we're gonna do right now, okay? Let me switch here. Okay, and all right. Let's switch to edit mode. Perfect. All right. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna move with the next one. That is gonna be the trees. We almost over here. So the easy part for the trees is that we can just copy and paste this. You're gonna rename it, and the name you're gonna put on this is trees, okay? So once you have the trees, what we have to do is we just need to delete the last 2 options. So remember on here we have expand area and replace. Well, we're gonna delete that one, and this time the only thing that you're gonna change is that the area that we're gonna change is gonna be 10 blocks low. That means it's gonna be very high because we need the different trees to be over the mountains. So if it's as an example, it can happen that you have a 5 blocks mountain. These trees are gonna fall off from above, so always are gonna be on the top, okay? So on here we're gonna just keep the same, but also we're gonna change this. We're gonna select from 15 times to 35 times, okay? So that means that we're gonna create a lot of different trees, and we're gonna use the same, okay? So once more, we're gonna go to generate the CD, and we're gonna do something different this time. We're gonna add an action, we're gonna select timer, and we're gonna select waiting time. And we're gonna put it 1 second to give enough time to the game to create the different trees. And then we're just gonna do now the same, copy, paste, and we're gonna select the trigger that we just created, that is this one, right? That is this one. Alright, and if you play again, what is gonna happen is that this time you're gonna see that creates all the mountains, and then it's gonna create the different trees as those. Alright? Perfect. As you see right here, we have almost over our map, but if you have realized something weird is happening here. It means that our map is replacing or is not creating the roads, okay? You're gonna have to check that later, but for now you know the island is being created, okay? Alright, so now we have the final part. In the final part, what we're gonna do is just clean up a little bit. We need to remove some specific blocks from here, and that's what we gonna learn how to do, okay? So now we gonna have to create a new one, okay? So you just can copy and paste this one, copy and paste, and the new one is gonna be renamed as a 7 clean up, okay? So this is the one, the last one. This is the one who is gonna clean everything. And let's start with it, okay? First, we're gonna change generate area to original area again. The area offset is gonna be 3 this time, and we're gonna expand the area, okay? So this time we're gonna expand the generate area. Remember, you already know how to do this one. You're gonna select area setup, generate area, expand the area, just like the two before, and you're gonna select generate area. This time you're gonna select 2, 5, and 2. 2 blocks at the right, 2 blocks at the up or down part. This is up, right, left, right, up and down, or forward, backward, and this is altitude, higher and lower. Alright? And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna clean some blocks, okay? Very important, this is gonna delete the blocks, so we're gonna select here, block. We're gonna select here, remove block, okay? This is very important, remove block. And on remove block in area, oh sorry, my mistake, delete that, is blocks, remove blocks in area. And is this one, no, this one is this one. Okay, and you're gonna select road preview. Remember, we're gonna delete roads and river, but from the max altitude, we're gonna remove some blocks down, okay? So you're gonna select first the road one, that is this one, okay? And it's important, on here you're gonna select generate area, okay? You're gonna copy and paste, and on the second one, you're just gonna change this. You're gonna change the rivers. Let me drink some water. You're gonna select the rivers. Remember the fake one we have? You're gonna select those ones, and you're gonna confirm, okay? So, on here, remember, we have not like this. We have, in real life, the rivers up here, okay? And the roads also 5 blocks below. What we're gonna do is delete them, and we only left one of the different layers of those specific blocks, okay? So we delete them. Now, we're gonna select another expand area, so you just copy and paste. Generate area is generate area, and this time we're gonna select, we're gonna like do it bigger even. 2 blocks, 2 blocks, and in the center you're gonna select -3, okay? And then we're gonna start replacing some blocks, okay? So we're gonna select on here replace blocks in an area is right here, replace blocks area, alright? And we're gonna select road block preview, remember this is the fake road, and we're gonna select generate area once more. We always, most of the times we're gonna use this one, and we're gonna select road. The new block is gonna be named road, is this one, sorry, not that one, okay? So for now, if you haven't downloaded the plugin pack, you have to select the roads in the plugin pack. If you already do it, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to go to the creative block and you're gonna select fluorescent block, okay? It's right here, but you're gonna see it as a fluorescent block. Once more, and you're gonna change it to east, okay? Copy and paste, alright? And then on this, you're gonna select the river block, okay? The fake one, we're gonna replace it, right here is this one, for active water. So where you find active water is in liquid block, and you have two of them, static and active. You're gonna select active water, okay, and confirm. Alright, perfect. Now you're gonna copy and paste, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace on here, on nature block, Llama's ultrasound for the one that says active water, okay? Once more, it's in liquid and is active water right here, okay? So once more, that block is the one that you can find right here. Check. Is this one, right? Correct? Alright, so is this one the block that we gonna replace? And why is that? Because that is gonna be replaced by water, so fire is not gonna see it, okay? Alright, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna move back again to generate the city. We're gonna wait 3 seconds. Remember, just copy and paste this and change it for 3 seconds. And then copy and paste this one. And you're gonna change the information for cleanup, okay? So once more, scroll down and select cleanup. And right now, you should have most of your city working, okay? So let me see how it works. Let me see if it works, okay? Got it, it's working. It's gonna be replaced by mountains, perfect. And now the trees. And yeah. Alright. So, what is the problem right now? Seems that yeah, I do a double mistake, apologize. I need to move this down again. So let me relocate this once more. This location here. We're gonna select this side to this side. Perfect. And now we need to select the road again. We're gonna select from here to here. And then we're gonna select, oh, I'm doing a new one. Sorry. Okay, and the driver. Relocate. Yes. We're gonna select the driver from here to here. Yes, it is. Alright. And then we're gonna play. And right now, yeah, right now it's working. Supposed to copy also the other one, okay? But alright. Now you're gonna see it's gonna replace it and it's gonna delete that layer. And we have our road and we have of course our river. But alright. Seems everything is working. What is gonna be next, okay? And this is like really important. Next thing you have to do is we need to create more bases, okay? So at minimum you need 5 different drivers 5 different road layers and 5 different bases, okay? So I create this for demonstration, but I have my different layers here, all right? And I have my different roads here, and I have my different drivers here, all right? So you have to work on it. What I'm gonna do right now is that I'm gonna replace them, okay? So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna put my bases where all my bases are located, okay? That is right here. Perfect. So I'm gonna select from here to all the way to the top, okay? So remember, you can add as much as you want, and if in any moment you add more bases or more rows or wherever you add, you need to relocate the area from the bottom to the top, okay? Always you need to select from the bottom to the top, covering all the area for your blocks, okay? So once more, we're gonna select here, and we're gonna select, be sure that it's selecting everything. Once more, also remember that you can't have like empty layers, otherwise it's not gonna copy your road or it's not gonna copy your driver. Okay, and we're gonna have the layers here. All right, hold on. We're gonna put it like this. And remember, all the way from the bottom to the top. All right. And now we're going to test, okay? We're gonna be here and we're gonna play it mode and check how it works. Once more, as more layers, more accurate it's gonna be and more options you're gonna have, right? Okay, perfect. Now it's working fine. We have an error here since that is not deleting the border, but you can fix it just by increasing the size of the border a little bit more, okay? But now what is gonna happen is that if you see, you don't want for sure like the players to see this, right? And this is the important part. What you're gonna do is make this invisible, okay? So how you do that? Whenever you don't want to need more, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go here, and all the different blocks that you use as the fake blocks, you're gonna replace it, okay? So you're gonna go here, you're gonna select general, and you're gonna scroll down all the way down, and you're gonna find this one that says invisible wall block, okay? You're gonna save it. You're gonna go and do the same for each one of the different blocks, okay? Like I'm doing right now. Once more, scroll down, select invisible wall block, save it, send, and remember, this is only for the fake blocks. Your trace and your sidewall needs to be the same, so don't touch those. Just the ones that are fakes. And that's it, okay? Remember, your trees and your sidewall and your minerals needs to be the same, okay? And when I enter the map again, those blocks gonna look like this, alright? Okay, and if I am in playable mode, you see they are gonna be completely invisible. So players don't gonna know that you place like that. So the final result is gonna be something like this. Alright? Perfect. Okay, seems that we found an error. And is that the blocks that we used to have here were wrong. We placed the base with the wrong ones. So that's why it was generating the error. Right? If you get this error like this, probably because we need to move our base a little bit. So give me a second and let me show you how it's gonna work. So if you have that error, like is one block moved, so just relocate the area, okay? Go click here, select the base, and select relocate. And what you're gonna do is select one block outside. Oh, not the way. Okay. Like this. Nice. And you're gonna select one block here, okay? And that's it. Now it's supposed to work in the right position. Let's see. Perfect. All right, now it's working fine, guys. And we have our random generated scenario. All right, now you can be creative. You can place more layers with the technique I show you. As an example, you can have 30 blocks of, I don't know, you can have a lot of different blocks and different setup for them. The only thing that you need to do is use your imagination, okay? And that will be it for now, guys. Thank you so much for assisting to the makeup. And see you on Friday, or actually on Saturday. We're gonna learn the steps. For now, have an excellent day, and thank you so much for assisting this live course that is not live actually. And see you for the next class.